What's up, everyone? My name is Harry Mayock, and today I'm going to be doing my vlog on Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde came out in 1967 and was directed by Arthur Penn. The movie's based on basically the real story of Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow during the Great Depression. They basically meet, they fall in love, and they start robbing banks together. Basically while being chased by police. As the movie goes on, you can basically see how their situation gets worse and more dangerous, and eventually it leads to pretty much their downfall. I would say after watching the movie, I think it's one of the most standout movie there is, because it's kind of different than older films. I would say it's definitely like a more risky show, especially how it shows like violence and emotion. It doesn't feel as controlled or clean as older movies do, and it's pretty much just like I would say just a realistic movie in general. One thing I did notice was the use of the juxtaposition. I think I'm saying that right. There were scenes where Bonnie and Clyde are joking around, taking pictures, and acting almost like carefree, I would say. The contrast makes the violence kind of like feel more shocking because it comes right after the calm or like even funny moments. I guess you can say it. Another important technique was the montage editing. I would say you can see during the robbery, the robbery sequence, where the film cuts between different shots quickly instead of showing everything step by step. I would say an example of this was when during one of the bank robberies, it jumps between Clyde and then Bonnie and then the reactions of people around them. This basically just makes the scene like shows how like fast and like chaotic everything is going on, and I would say definitely builds a lot of energy. The film, I would say, also uses pace and rhythm very well. At the beginning, the pace is slower while it introduces the characters and the relationships. But as the movie goes on, the more crimes and the crazier it basically becomes. Definitely more intense. The best example of this, I could say, is that the editing becomes very quick, with lots of cuts happening in a short time, which makes it feel chaotic and overwhelming. The ending is what my favorite part of is in the movie. It's one of the best endings, I would say, because it stands out to me personally. When Bonnie and Clyde were ambushed, the film uses slow motion along with like fast cuts, and I just thought it was a very fascinating ending to watch. It was a very well edited movie. Overall, I think Bonnie and Clyde were a strong example of how films were evolving. The use of techniques he used were very well, and it didn't feel like a typical older film for sure, and that's what made it stand out to me after watching it. Thank you.